It's showing live.
in the group.
Uh, Hold on, I'm getting there now. No, like on our screen it does.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I got a
Yeah.
check mark.
Yep. And like we're just doing this in Link Boss the group tonight, right? Or are we doing it everywhere?
Link Boss and my business page. So we should be live right now. We're gonna wait. This is Q&A too. Anyone that joins, please say hello.
All right.
Okay, one moment. I'm just checking one more thing here. By the way, everyone joining, the time was wrong. It grabbed an old time. So unfortunately, it grabbed what was supposed to be Monday. And we had some issues with StreamYard on Monday. But we're all good now. We are live now. We're going to wait a couple of seconds or a couple minutes. It's only 5 of or 4 of. So we're going to wait a little bit to get all of you on. Welcome. Whoever's joining, say hi. Tonight is Q&A too. So we have a little presentation just to bring you up to speed on product creation. It's funny how it still applies today. So with a couple of modifications, this is a presentation that I did years ago. And it just holds true right up to this day. So we're going to get into that in a moment. And one moment. For all those that are looking for emails, that has now been fixed with ConvertKit. There's a lot of changes that are going on in the marketplace right now that when those happen, it'd be nice to get notified, but we figured that out today. I feel like it's fixed now, so you're all going to get notified as well.
I know I got a thing on Facebook today saying that everything, like all new terms and services and everything starting January for, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's not only that, it's YouTube,
you're
it's
right.
TikTok, all of them. Like there's
across the
all of
board.
these. Yeah.
No,
And then a lot of the platforms, they're trying to play catch up. And but you know what? You just work around it. That's the difference between those that make it and those that don't are the ones that are they know how to, get around things and just deal with it. You know what I mean? So
yep.
the ones that deal with the problem the best are the ones that are going to win. So that's the bottom line. Been a long day for me. I've been up since 4. Anyone joining, say hi. We're going to be getting started here in about 2 minutes. And tonight we're going to go over first of all, the kickoff of the 52 Creator Challenge. We're so stoked about this. And here's one of the things I want to talk about. Let me stand up. Actually, I can't because my camera doesn't go up now. I'm going to fix that too. But one of the reasons why I'm stoked is this is not just about, we're definitely going to help all of those that are going to be part of the challenge, but we're in the challenge too, folks. We're with you. Susie, hello. Susie, by the way, Dee told me about you not getting the emails. That has been fixed. Recognize in the industry, not only does January 1st is a reset, but it's a reset for a lot of platforms as well. And there was some things that we had to fix with code that's going to allow for when we do an announcement or a broadcast that it goes out to all the emails. We have fixed that. Matter of fact, with Grub Guys, we had the same issue about a week ago. One of our suppliers did not let us know that there was a change with their code. When that happens, guess what? It breaks, right? So that has been fixed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the kickoff of the 52 Creator Challenge. One of my goals is between now and May that we will have well over 1,000 members of Link Boss, the group. and it's going to be a lot of you that's going to help that as well. So that is my goal. We want to be able to help as many people become an entrepreneur, but more importantly, become a creator. They have ideas, goals, and stuff like that they want to get going. We want to be able to help you with that. This is the kickoff. Tonight, we're going to go over a presentation, and then we're going to talk about your core and how to get that done the right way. And then we will go from there. We'll go into Q&A as well. Next week, we're going to get into the guts of things. How do you actually create a product, right? How do you get it to the marketplace? What did we do to flesh out some of the products that we currently have, including a physical product, which is also one of my hobby products, and what we're going to do to hit our goals of, we want to hit 1 million in sales with Grub Guys, and we are going to be very transparent with that. So you're going to see behind the scenes of that product as well. Pretty soon I'll give an introduction of Dee and I. We're going to just give it one more minute and we're going to get going. Susie, once again, welcome. This will also be recorded so that it will be in for those that could not catch tonight's program. Once again, every week, Dee and I are actually we're running a campaign because I truly want to build a tribe. Not only 52 Creator. Now, next year it's going to change into something different because we're all going through different levels. But I want to build this tribe that we help one another. That's what it's all about. We're a few steps ahead of you all. So just remember that when you're going down this journey, you are going to slip, you're going to fall, you're going to trip. That's part of the journey. That's what's going to happen. Just know that that's what's going to happen. So this is the kickoff of the 52 Creator. If you're joining us, feel free to say hi. Right now we are live in the group as well as my business page. So if you're not in the group, most of the training is going to be there and as well as in Linkboard. If we will discuss Linkboard tonight as to what that is, but know this, it's also a revenue stream for some of you that need to create revenue while you're building your product. And it could also be one of your main products. So I just want to throw that out there as well. I started out in this industry as a brick and mortar company, realized how powerful the online market was, and started creating online programs. Well, I think it was right around 2008 and 9 when the whole fallout of the financial industry hit, and I was hooked. I realized the power of teaching and creating products and services online gave me not only financial freedom, it gave me time freedom. So we want to share that as well. Dee, welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
A little better. Not 100%, but definitely better than I was this morning. So
fantastic. It's good to see you. Warriors show up no matter what. So I did give you an out tonight, but
I know you did.
DB&D, I knew any moment now there's going to be a text. Nope, I'm still going to show up. So I appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alrighty. For those that have any questions as we get going, feel free to put it in the comments. We're going to do our best to answer that. Meanwhile, every week we're going to be doing a format like this. We're going to grow every week. My goal is to have in a year from now 2,500 members, because we want to do as much as we can and have an impact on creating online entrepreneurs. Also, it's not a bad idea to have a really good tribe. And one of the reasons for that is you're going to find when you have a tribe, you're going to find that somebody in the tribe may help you with your journey. Some people are going to just be a few steps ahead. Or here's another thing. This actually happened with Dee and I. Dee was actually a client first, and we became partners on a product or two. Okay. You're going to find that this can happen. By the way, the reason why we have Linkboard, Linkboss, the reason for the link, we and our tribe is your link to getting where you want to go. We're here to help you. The tribe will be here to help you. We're bringing other people in as well.
No, and that's the biggest thing about the group is as a group gets bigger, there's gonna be more ideas getting passed around, more, more support, more encouragement, just everything, bouncing ideas back and forth off each other, and that's what makes it unique and cool. So
really, so and it's funny because everything starts out tiny, right? I remember Brenda Bouchard making a comment. Matter of fact, I'll talk about Oprah here in a minute when we were on the Oprah show. But Brenda Bouchard made a comment. He had a program and he went to a Holiday Inn. So I'm assuming he saw Tony Robbins or something because that's just what I remember. And he's like, I want to do that. And he knew that he had a story. We're going to talk about story tonight. But he had a story and he knew he had a gift that he could change the lives of others. And he was very good. I went to San Diego to see him. I also bought his online program because I had a program called Path of Benny that I wanted to get out to the masses. And ironically, and I've always said this, sometimes we're like moldable clay, like we change. Trust the journey. You may be tonight thinking one product and it turns into something that it should be down the road. Trust the journey.
That's right.
It's just going to happen. It's just part of the journey. So many people, Elon Musk and many others, formed into something else that they didn't quite see at that time. So that's just part of being a creator. So with myself, I went to this program and that's when I realized, wow. And that's where my journey started. I started out with becoming affiliate marketer because I had to learn. I did very well with that. And then I had my own programs and also courses that I sold online. And once I realized that you can make full-time income being a creator, everything, that was it. At that point, I no longer wanted to put the trust into an organization. I didn't want to put a trust in a job. You have to remember, when you're working for somebody else, you're working for somebody else. Now, there are some large corporations. Have you ever heard of Too Big to Fail?
Oh yeah.
It's funny because I want to bring up this book. It's called Rework. This was a great book that changed my life in many ways. I'll go more about it later. But there's a lot of companies in here that were considered too big to fail that are gone. So it's not always true, especially in today's world. You look at Kmart and so many others. I want people to think about in their hometown. The author is, by the way, this is 37 Signals. This is a great company. But the author is Jason Fried and David, I can't see it because my eyes, Heinemeier. Great book. Now, mind you, there's a few books that I'm going to recommend that you guys, one is the Slight Edge. That is probably the first book you should read before you get this book. So why do I want to say this is knowledge is power. And today we already know that when you go to college, it's too slow. The knowledge comes too slow. Today we live in a very fast world and we need people like you. Susie, you created a program that's going to help women. Think about it. Somebody today could take your program that saved their life. That's what I always think. That's how I think. When we were on the Oprah Winfrey Show, I couldn't help but be the student of what's going on. It's like, I'm paying attention to everything that's happening. First of all, they turned me into Liberace. I was so white. I was whiter than this. I'm dead serious. Like, they put so much makeup on me, like I could feel it. Like, first of all, I don't wear makeup, so there's that. But that's just part of the green room, right? But I'm like paying attention, and there's all these who's doing all of these things for the Oprah show. Then finally, after the show, we were on the show and we get off the show. And by the way, you can find that show right on YouTube. But at the end of the day, we get off the show and then Oprah comes in and she's just talking. And all of a sudden she looks at me. She goes, any question? I said, yeah. How did you see this? And she was She was literally taken back by it. Like that was something she wasn't expecting. And she goes, "You mean my show?" I go, "Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm at awe. I'm a creator, so I'm always looking, I'm always observing, I'm always learning as to what's going on." And she said, "I didn't see this. It turned into this. I didn't start out with this. It turned into this." So think about that. That's powerful. Those words meant so much to me when she said that, because you're looking at this person that's already made it, and you just think they always were, right? They weren't. She had a huge struggle. I don't know if anyone knows her story, but she had a huge struggle. She had to fight tooth and nail to get to where she was. If you love her or hate her, it doesn't matter. She's a creator. I think she's changed lives. She certainly changed the life of my wife and I. And but at the end of the day, I just thought that was cool. She didn't see it. It morphed into what it was supposed to be, and that's what it was. That's going to be a lot of us. Okay. So going back to Brendan Burchard is like, he had a huge tent. It was a circus tent. Now, me being a nerd, like I love creation, I was able to get it. I'm like, no, I get it. A lot of people that were like, wait, what? Circus tent? Like what? He had a circus tent. He was dressed up like what is it? A circus trainer. What do they call him? Circus trainer?
A ringleader? I don't know.
Ringleader. So he was dressed up like a ringleader, but that was like, I forget like the main thing, but at the end of the day, it was to change lives there. Guess what? He had like 10 people in the audience. Can you imagine if that broke him? Can you imagine he left and said, "I suck"? Can you imagine if he left and said, "Yeah, people don't want this"? No, he redefined it, did it again, still sucked. Redefined it, did it again, started to get more people. Then he went to, this was in the hotels, I'm sorry. Then it merged, and then he started getting more and more and more audience. Then it went to the tent. Sorry about that. So it went to the tent. And then from there, it was sellout. And then before you know it, he was demanding, $5,000 tickets. And now if you were to pay him as a coach, it's going to be 100,000 plus. And that's where it's at. I know you do, Susie. And you will change lives. That's the thing. As a creator, real creators know in their mind and see the vision that others can't see. They already see it. It's already being played out. I already see, Dino, it's like we see things that aren't there yet. That's part of being a creator. You just see it. Will it morph? Will it turn into something else? It could. But a lot of times you see it. I personally, when I was in the business turnaround and personal turnaround company, I saw the husband and wife ready to go through divorce because of financial distress. I saw the businesses that are ready to fail because they didn't know the 2 or 3 things that could fix their business. I saw that and then made it into a business that changed our lives. So you help the lives of others. It can help you as well, but you should go into it with that. I am going to change lives. That's really the way that you are going to want to go. Why do I say that? That's what's going to get you through the hard times. Being a creator, you are going to suffer every now and then. Some people get it right out of the gate. Some people do. Okay. Some people get breaks a lot faster than other people. Look at Justin Bieber. He was singing on YouTube when he was young. Did he really need to make money yet?
Right.
No, he didn't need to make money yet. Did he get discovered before he needed to make money? Yes. He got a big break. But today, you got to look at the lessons of that. Today, you have the power that you can be anywhere. And we're going to go over this week after week. And for the record, folks, we're part of this too. I'm just now getting new to TikTok. I never wanted to be out in the front. Even my company before, it was Capital Resolution. I didn't want, I wanted to help others. That's what I wanted to do. We were very successful at what we did. We created a couple courses, and but what I wanted to do was just to change and save lives financially. That's what I wanted to do. But then I got a mentor that says, hey, if you want to go further, faster, you're going to have to do this. And these are the things that we're implementing, and we're going to also teach along the way as well. So we're here with you. We're a few steps ahead, especially on product creation. Yes, we have a few $100,000 invested in some of the software that we have. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the social media and stuff like that, we have advisors that are helping us with that. And matter of fact, I have a group right now that hundreds of millions of what they have done. So do you think that they would be good as being a consultant to myself? The answer is yes. We don't always have the answer. So I always look for those that are doing it. I got a weird meter thing blinking. Everything seems to be fine.
Yeah, no, yeah, everything's good.
Okay, so that being said, once again, welcome to the Creators Challenge. Right now, we are tiny, and by the end of the year, we will have 2,500 or better. That's my goal. Matter of fact, we might overachieve that. In the groups, one thing great about a group is we're here to help you. But as you're going and your journey is unfolding, and some people are just really good naturally at some things, please help. So if somebody's stuck at something, hey, I don't know how to create video and stuff, we're going to help you with that, by the way, ourselves. But participate, help others as well. Down the road, we're going to put you in groups too. Some of you are physical product creators. We have physical products that are coming out. I have a book that's going to be launched in the fall. We have a physical product called Grub Guys. And then we have digital products. We have a plethora of them. EmbedLocker, CoachLink, Linkboard, TrainerLink, you name it. Like, we have a lot of stuff, and we got AI happening. So just know that what we're going to be doing is, for those of you that are trainers, we're going to put you in a trainer area. Now, by the way, we're all going to come together often, but then we're going to have days where you're going to be broken into actual groups. Okay. We're going to give you an assignments. You guys are going to work on those together and hold each other accountable. That's what's going to make you successful. Susie, I need to learn how to do videos. I'm going to tell you right now, here's how simple video is. If you have an iPhone, especially the newest one, I think this is a 13 or a 12. The 13, 14, like, is insane what it can do. Susie, there's a video. Let me tell you, I'm gonna bring this up. Oh, I can't on this one. Hang on. This is the video camera. If you're a trainer, like especially martial arts, you need this. Let me see. And let's go with camera. I want to say it's Vero. But I'll tell you exactly what it is.
She says she has an Android, and so do I need to change to an iPhone?
No, I'm Android. Oh, wow. Oh, this is funny. You remember the Penguin, brother?
Yeah.
It's on Amazon.
Is it really?
That was pretty surprising. Hey, there's a creator. You should reach out to him and see how that's doing. If he's doing well now, love to have him on. What is it called? Okay, listen, Susie, I promise you, I will give you the camera. It's very, very inexpensive. And what it is it tracks you. It follows you. Gosh, I know the name, but it's, once again, I've been up since 4 o'clock. So I will put it in the Facebook group as to some of the things I would recommend. No affiliate link. Don't worry. You just go and get it. Otherwise, the Samsung is very good. Use what you have, especially to get you going. You can always upgrade as your success is upgrading. if that makes sense. All right. Let's see. We are going to go into this here. One moment. And let's shoot. Let me see if this is working. One moment here. I don't think so. All right. Even that, for some reason, my Elgato and my Stream Deck, we're going to fix it. All right. So we're going to jump into this one here. And by the way, we're going to also talk. So tonight we're going to go over this real quickly. We're also going to talk about your core, what website you should be going with as far as the type of website. You got WordPress, and then you can hire somebody to create it for you, and what I would recommend. Okay. And some of the deals that we've actually worked out as well. So the very first thing is when you are creating a product, it really comes down to three different things, especially when you're starting out. You have a leader product, you have high ticket, and you have affiliate. We're going to come back to that because for some of you, you're going to start out with a leader product and affiliate. Affiliate marketing really gets you going. This is where you can quit the JOB, especially if it's perpetuity, meaning continuity. You get into affiliate marketing that pays you monthly. Pat Flynn did this. He started, I think Pat Flynn got to be at about $100,000 a year within 3 months. Not too shabby, right? Do you think he was, and by the way, for a lot of these people back in 2009 through 2012, what happened was they were forced into it. They got downsized, got the job was gone, whatever, and they went online to see what they can do. Here's the other thing cool about online. If you're looking at to what's trending, you can always be ahead of the curve. So affiliate marketing, we'll touch on that. We have some things that you guys can do. And it's not like we're trying to sell you our stuff. Obviously, we'd love to have you, but at the end of the day, we created it for us. And then we created, you know what? Why not allow for those that need to get going, they can make money as well, because it's the best way to do it. It's the way I started. Okay. So high ticket, we're going to show you what that means pretty soon here. But I just want you to get your mind around, this is the methodology of all of it. Everyone you see, I don't care if it's Dean Graziosi, Brendan Bouchard, right down to Tony Robbins. You think Tony Robbins is high ticket? High ticket is someday you earn the right to where you can demand, you know, a few $100,000 in speaking gigs. D, you know, oh shoot, who's the guy that's making waves on you? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget his name. Shapiro, Ben Shapiro.
Right.
You know who he is?
Yep.
Jewish conservative guy. Okay.
Right.
So he gets a lot of arrows thrown at him. He doesn't care. And he's kind of a wimpy looking guy. And I'll tell you right now, you say what you want to him, you're not going to hurt his feelings any.
No.
What a creator.
Right.
What a debater.
Oh yeah. No, he can definitely get his point across.
I don't care what side you're on. I'm sorry. He's an incredible debater. He like you'll see people look like deer in the headlights when they, you know, so it's kind of funny. That being said, one guy was trying to call him out saying, hey, what's your speaking fee? He goes, if you're alluding to what I'm charging this university, it's very little compared to what I normally charge. He goes, well, I want to know, what do you charge? And he goes, well, it's well north of 100,000 per speaking gig.
Right.
Why? Because he can get it.
That's right.
Okay. So this is what we're talking about, being a creator and creating your own economy. You will be surprised that, first of all, you'd be surprised at how easy. Do you think, D, for a moment, if you and I went all in on Grub Guys and you and I said, let's make this $25,000 a week, that we could do it?
Yeah, I do.
You just got to go all in, right? You just got to go all in. So And by the way, we got to talk money every now and then, folks. Like that's really what it is. So this is, I want you to get your mind around that. So let's talk about affiliate marketing. A lot of people start there because that's what's going to get your feet wet. So let's use Pat Flynn, for instance. Pat Flynn started Smart Passive Income, right? And what it was is about passive income. Well, guess what his passive income was? Affiliate marketing. So he aligned himself with companies that not only would pay him if he mentioned their product. Now, mind you, he had to believe in it, just like me. I never, ever, ever promoted anything in my life that I didn't believe in. For obvious reasons. It's going to hurt your name. If I don't believe in it, I would just feel icky about doing that. You got to believe in it. So if you believe in it, though, here's what's cool about the whole thing. You didn't have to create it, right? So he was promoting a hosting company and a few other things. And at the end of the day, he was at 6 figures within about 2 to 3 months. One of my mentors, which unfortunately passed away a few years ago, he literally qualified for welfare and in 6 months was making 6 figures. In 1 year, he became a millionaire. So that's what we're talking about. The opportunity is there. Not to sound douchey or anything like it's there, regardless of what, naysayers. There's no jobs. There's so much opportunity today. It's not even funny. And it doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't. You guys got to put your blinders on and say, you know what? Let everybody work that stuff out. I'm just going to keep going because that's what I'm doing. I don't listen to that stuff. All right, let's move on. High ticket. So what is high ticket? You're going to learn in a minute here where that falls into play. But at the end of the day, high ticket is when you made it. That's when you made it. And I have to say that gingerly because you never want to get cocky to think that you made it and you don't have to do anything anymore. Okay? Unless it's an exit. We'll talk about an exit here in a moment. I'm not there yet, but we're very, very close on something, and then let alone down the road. Okay? And by the way, everyone that's involved with 52 Creator in the next year, 52 Creator, the original group, we move on to the next level. 52 Creator will be for the newbies for next year, but this group moves on because hopefully all of you have at least hit the 6-figure mark or greater, but more importantly, you got a product out there, okay? And then we're going to help you level up as well. Anyways, let's move on. So this is where it all starts. Now, we've done this presentation similar anyway. By the way, this goes all the way back to 2012. Folks, it's no different. It's always going to be the same. So be careful of the new shiny object or the new thing. You got to look at the people that are doing it. And it's always going to come down to this, that you have to create your foundation. So what is your foundation? Your foundation is, first of all, you got to understand that you are going to be frustrated. It is going to be a little tough. We're going to help you through that, but this is another reason why to have a tribe. And it is also another reason to have not only mentors, but another reason to have maybe a, whatchamacallit, what's the buddy I want to use? That keeps you on track.
Accountability partner.
Accountability partner.
Yep.
Do it. It really, really will help you. And if you don't have one, we're going to help and line you with one maybe here right inside Link Boss that's going to help you. We'll link you to accountability partner if you don't have one. All right. Okay. So the launch stage, think of how many people, I'm going to do this and this and this. And then a year from now, you run into them. I'll give you an example. There was a guy that was telling me that he was actually day trading. I said, really? I said, you don't find that, risky? Because I used to be a securities dealer and licensed in securities. And, I'm not saying it's bad. It's for some people, but he made it seem like he's doing really good with it, right? And ironically, I have a incredible elephant type memory. Like I've got a great memory. I run into him. I said, hey, by the way, how are you still doing with day trading? He's like, wait, what? You know, the day trading. He goes, I don't day trade. I'm like, what? Yeah. So he doesn't do that. So the want stage. There's a lot of people that'll tell you, I'm going to do this and this and this, or I'm going to do this. And then you run into them a year later and it's like, yeah, I'm going to do. Well, you said that last year. That's what 52 Creator is all about. We're not going to be that. We're going to say what we mean and do what we say. Like that's what you need to do, right? Now you go to the foundation. This is where you're committed. You're taking action. You're investing your time and money. What do I mean by time and money? If you need something that's going to get the videos done, and if you don't have the money, use your phone, Susie. Use the phone. Don't ever have an excuse. There should be no excuse on that foundation part. No excuses. Use what you have. Use what you have. I think about all of the people that's come over to this country. By the way, a few weeks ago, we were talking about, I asked Dee, who's the number one multimillionaires, business owners here in the United States? And they're not American. They're
Right.
first-time generation immigrants. How sad is that? Great for them. And I applaud that so much. Do you know why I think that is? Do you know why I think that is?
I mean, they have the back against the wall work ethic to go after it. And also rolling the dice, they got nothing to lose.
They came here for that reason.
Right.
They believed in it. They believed in the American dream. They wanted it so badly. And that's what they did. Look at Gary Vaynerchuk, first generation. He came over with his parents. And look at where Gary Vaynerchuk is today.
Right.
And guess what? He didn't listen to the naysayers. He didn't listen to the people that were making fun of him in school. He worked his butt off. Okay. We got to think like that. We got to think. Most of my family that came over on the boat, they created a business. I had a grandfather who created a furniture factory. By the way, the Swedish are really good. Half of my family is Swedish. They're really good with woodworking. Okay. And I ironically have that in my gene. I do love working stuff with that. Foundation. You got to create that foundation. You, especially Susie, she always shows up. That's part of that foundation. Wanting it, showing up, learning, applying. This is where most people fail, is when they don't do this. Most people that want, they're the ones that buy lottery tickets. Dead serious. Hello, user, Facebook user. Don't know who you are. If you can, permission, StreamYard, we can see you. Otherwise, say your name. Welcome. But that's the deal. That's what you need to do. You know, at this point, what I love about the foundation part of it is you're past the want. You're past saying what you're going to do. You know, I'm going to do this someday, right? Remember being a kid? My son, I used to look at my son. He would be on his little trikes and he would, you know, he's pretending to be a cop. I said, buddy, what do you want to be when you grow up? It was always a police officer, right? Guess what he is? He's a police. He like embedded it in his head. He's like, no, I'm going to be that.
Right.
My other son always loved entrepreneurship. He's doing great things. But at the end of the day, you got to go from saying what you're going to do and actually do it. Okay. The foundation is there. Okay. Let's move on. Affiliate marketing. Now, mind you, it doesn't actually have to be this. It's the best way to go pro. It's the best way to get to six-figure income. By the way, if you're making $10,000 a month, do you think that's enough to finance your dreams?
No, it is. You know, I mean, the thing about affiliate marketing is it's the best thing if you don't have an idea of your own. You want to do something, but you don't know what it is yet, or it's not there. It's not the market. You're still working on it. Affiliate's the answer for that.
Without a doubt. Susie, I would like to let me bring her question up. Hey, I wonder if I can do that during. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. See, there's a newbie. Susie, can I want to hit this on the head right now. I really want to change the next 50 years of my life. First of all, that's amazing. And here's the thing about that. As you're going up this thing, when you get to the top, we're talking about generational change, right? Because Susie, when you create a program, if it's Krav Maga or if it's something else, okay, there's so there's this level of evolution of a product and creating a business online, but there's also an evolution of your brand. So it starts out with like teaching, right? And then from there, you start introducing product. And that's where the change is, meaning a company's going to buy the product company. Does that make sense? That's the exit, which we're going to discuss later. But yes, that's an awesome goal. It also says you're young, because if I had 50 years, I'd be 105. So there's that. Okay, one moment. Alrighty, let's move on. So that's the change. Affiliate marketing. And then we're going to talk about the core and what you need to do about that core website. But affiliate marketing is going to get you there. It helps you. You're going to document your journey. And then people are going to know, like, for instance, if you're filming and stuff, hey, what camera are you using? Well, you might as well make some ruples on that. I mean, they're already asking, right? It's kind of like that. That's part of affiliate marketing. So going back to Pat Flynn basically said, hey, this is the mic I use. This is this I use. This is that I use. Then he was making six figures saying, this is the hosting I use. This is what I do. And then from there, oh, by the way, about 2 years, it took him 2 years to do this. Here's my podcasting course, which was like $1,000 or whatever, right? And became a millionaire. Probably could have done it sooner, right? Most people can, but that's what we're talking about. I believe right at the affiliate marketing part is where you got to start making your course. I think everybody, if you have information in the mind that you could teach that's going to give or solve a problem, unequivocally, you got to go there, because that is going to get you into the game. It's going to get you to go pro way faster. Okay. The next stage is the professional. Did you do that or did I do that?
You did that.
That's weird. The professional. This is when you're a creator. Now you're a creator. You're a creator of systems. So what do I mean by that? You just went from being a course creator. Now you're selling. Let's use Sam, the cooking guy. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, no, what I'm going to say is, the way it's laid out, it's nice because, it's not giving you too much at any one point. And what I mean by that is when in order to have the affiliate part, you already have like a website that it's yours. You know how to run it, which is yours. Obviously, you know how to market and sales, because obviously you're getting money in to be able to take it to the next level. So you're not biting off the whole chunk at once.
Exactly.
You're doing little pieces at a time. But then once you're at that point, it makes it nice, because then you can take the next step, which is your own stuff. So
yeah, and that's why this is why we created this. By the way, for everyone that's on, this comes from years of me owning Capital Resolution. I did business turnaround for 23 years. I've seen good companies starting to fail or whatever. And some of the companies that were new were failing because in that want stage, they also didn't give it enough time, or they took on too many things. There's all of these things that could happen during that red phase that's going to be the death of a business. So what we're going to do is teach you and help you not do that. One is vetting your industry, making sure that there's people that need and want it, right? And from like Susie, if Susie was to teach women, and that's what I would recommend, hone in on a niche and dial it in. So Susie, instead of she's going to teach everybody, right? She's going to narrow it down to maybe, and I'm going to use this as an example. She doesn't need to do this, but maybe single mothers, right? Man, you're really niching it down, right? And teaching them Krav Maga. Now, number one, they're getting fit right? So there's a fitness aspect of it. And then Susie could have products. And by the way, they could be white label. It's not here. We're going to talk about that later. Matter of fact, in Q2, we're going to talk about Q2, meaning the quarter, this second quarter of how you can do white label products. But yeah, so Susie's going to teach self-defense and for women. But then maybe there's some supplements they should take. Maybe there's some clothing they should wear. There's so many things now that you can add to it. Sam, the cooking guy, because I'm in the foodie industry. I love the foodie industry. He started out on YouTube and he didn't think it was really going to do anything. His YouTube channel is making millions. And then he's got brand deals, right? Susie, there might be some weapons that women could actually have in their purse. You could do a brand deal with somebody. You can do an affiliate deal with a brand saying, hey, I have this program. Right now, I have 3,000 members. Do you think they're going to want to talk to you? You bet they're going to want to talk to you. And you have to understand something. Once you have raging fans, when you make a recommendation and you said, ladies, it's Susie. I've got this thing that you are going to need from this point on. Now, mind you, Susie, you got to believe in it, right? But you're going to need this. It's going to fit right in your purse. Boom, right? Do you think they're going to want it? Of course they're going to want it. You got to believe in it, though. You got to know that it's going to help them. All right, let's move on. So the professional, now you made it. At this point, money's coming in. You're actually on the affiliate side, you should be at 10,000 plus, but you're now getting some really good results from what you're doing. You're a creator of systems, meaning you may have a course out there. You may have several courses. You got systems that are working for you that are on automation. Okay, you're going to learn more about that down the road. All right, now the last, mastery. This is where D and I are. At this point, we have things that maybe we're going to exit on, but mastery is high ticket. It's where you demand a higher price. So to give an example, if you're a trainer, somebody may look at Gary Vaynerchuk or like I said, Ben Shapiro. They demand hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Rightfully so. Do you think they know? Do you think people are going to get value out of what they say? Do you think, more importantly, why would a company pay $100,000 for Ben Shapiro to show up?
Yeah, I mean, because people want to listen to what he has to say.
Yeah, he's going to sell tickets.
Right.
It's kind of like think of a singer like Cher. Why would somebody in Las Vegas pay her what they pay her? Because she's got raging fans. They're going to show up and they're going to sell out. That's why they do it. Right. So think of it there. So what's cool about the mastery phase, that's where wealth transformation, Susie made a point. I want to change like 50 years of my life. That's where it happens, right? At that point, would you agree? Like,
I do agree, but like, I want to say getting to the foundation is the first part of changing that life.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, right. Like you're putting it in motion and you're taking a step forward. And that's, yes. You know what I mean? Like you're already doing it, Susie. You know, you're already.
But this is it. Like this is the formula that I don't care who you can think of. If it's Kardashians. Okay. Now, mind you, we're, obviously the affiliate side. Do you think that affiliate marketing had anything to do with the Kardashians?
Oh, dude, 100%.
Affiliate marketing is no different than either you as a no-namer can team up with a company and make money by pitching it.
Well, exactly. But, I do got to say, because I just saw this the other day, and you got to also watch out what you affiliate market. Kim Kardashian got sued $250,000 for recommending crypto or, you know what I mean? Something bad.
Why do you think I didn't touch that?
So you always got to make sure that, like you hit it earlier. Make sure you know and are passionate about what you're thinking. standing behind.
I remember I had somebody that unfriend request because I made a comment that I'm not totally sold on crypto yet. I do believe that digital currency is going to be here. I do believe that 100%. I'm not a hater, and I said that in my post. I said I'm not a hater. What I'm concerned about is something's going to come out that a lot of people are going to really lose because it could have a scam associated to it. And we saw what just recently happened. So I felt pretty good that I saw that. But at the end of the day, you got to be very, very, very careful. So what's nice about this is where it's at. So the reason why I want to show this is this gives you hope. Like, okay, I'm where I need to be. Like, okay, I'm in the want stage, or I'm past the want stage. I already know what I want to do. I already have it ironed out. I've already got it fleshed out. All I have to do now is create it and bring it to the market. That's the foundation.
Yep. No, and it's funny because to me, this can translate, like this is obviously set up for digital products, but for physical products or brick and mortar products, you change the affiliate to planning. You change the professionalism to you're opening your doors. You know what I mean? Or like open for business. Yes. And then the mastery is like you keep honing in and changing the advertising, changing the products and that kind of stuff. But it can
scaling.
Right, exactly, scaling. But it can translate very easily to either.
Absolutely. What I love about the online digital space, though, you don't need a huge staff. You don't need it. And by the way, especially in Linkboard, we're going to have the ability for you to hire virtual assistants. I'm also one of the owners of Jubilant Careers. And if you need a overseas worker, you can get it. If you need a remote worker, you can get it. It's one of those things, right? But at the end of the day, when you hit that mastery, that's where partnerships are formed. You look at, I know that Susie was even talking about one of the, what is it? I'm going to forget the name. It was actually a gift of the domain name for it too. Mastermind, mastermind.com. They were talking at launch, and Russell was on an airplane and said, hey, mastermind.com is like up for, like it could be purchased. Why don't you just offer them like $1 million? Dean Graziosi is like, I don't want to offer $1 million, which is crazy that he didn't think the value of that.
Right.
I'm really shocked on that one. Where Russell saw the value, Russell realized that, hey, wait a minute, this guy's inside the camp. He reached out, got it for $600,000 and gifted it to them, which was smart because guess what they did? They being Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. What they did is said, hey, partner with us. Multi-million, probably going to become billions. Do you know the platform Masterclass?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Right.
Like I actually got in there because, I'm a foodie. I wanted to learn from a certain somebody. I'm not going to say because I don't believe in bastardizing, but it was like not even mediocre, dude. It literally sitting in a chair and saying, you're going to need pans. You're going to need, it's like, what? Like, I want to see hands-on. I want to see technique. Not all of it's that way, but they made a lot of money fast. I don't think it would. Will it get there? Probably, but at the end of the day, they're $1 billion platform. Holy crap, right?
Right.
You'd be surprised. There's apps that have done, hundreds of millions within 6 months. We just talked about one today.
Right. That's right.
Dream it, understand it, run with it. That's what you got to do. So mastery. So think about those guys. Once they got to that level, now they're getting, partnerships. They're getting speaking deals, book deals, you name it. At that point, you're a brand.
Well, that's just it, and I know we talked about it in the past, but like Tony Robbins stayed on the one thing. Once he hit the mastery level, now he owns how many different businesses, or he's a part of how many different, like 300 or over 100 or whatever. Once you get to that point, people, will want to do things with you and be attracted to you and wanting, opportunities will keep coming your way.
Without a doubt, I love the comment that Lance was telling us or telling me. And he says, every step here, you get a different brain. So what do I mean by that? If you're in the foundation, you can make a goal for the mastery. You can see the vision. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? That's okay. But you're not going to plan that yet because you don't have that brain yet. Do you agree that your brain today is different than when you were 30?
Oh, 100%.
And it's because of, not only the challenges that you overcame, but you have experience now. So once you're at the point of like, and not all of you are going to want to do a book deal, but I'm using this as an example. When you get to that level, it's like, now you've got that brain. Like at that point, they can take I'm going to give you an example. If you like them or not, I'm going to give you an example of what Donald Trump said way back in the day. He was on the Donahue show. And I think Donahue was like trying to corner him and say, hey, so everyone's saying you're going broke. So he hit him hard with the question right out of the gate, right? And Donald paused and he says, yeah, he goes, and then he even made a comment when he was walking down the road. He told his daughter, as he pointed to the homeless man, he says, do you realize that guy's richer than me? His daughter says, that's impossible. He goes, I'm in debt by whatever it was. And he says, that guy has no money. So technically he's richer than me. And when you put that into perspective, it's like, what? But here's the funny thing with that. So he goes, I got bored, but I'm ready to get back into the game again. So yeah. So what I thought was cool of what he did was he said, let me give you an analogy of this. And he pointed at a guy in the audience. He says, let's say that you gave that man 100,000 or $1 million. I can't remember I want to say it was 100,000, but let's just say it was $1 million. You give that man $1 million and you give me $1 million. I'm going to be a billionaire in 5 years and he's going to be back on welfare. And then he apologizes. I don't know if you're on welfare. I'm using it as an analogy. Do you get the point?
Yeah.
Once you're at that mastery level, you have a different brain. You have skill. As long as you have your brain, no brain injury, right? As long as you have your mind about yourself, you already know how to make it. This is why so many people out there can rinse and repeat. Back in the day, a few people, including some of the people I knew, they were considered like they call them golden boy or gold. Everything they touch turns to gold. Once you get to the creator of systems and mastery, at that point, you're becoming an investor, right? This is why so many people, they'll exit at mastery. So like you said, I don't care if it's brick and mortar. I don't care if you're investing in hotels or you started with a tiny hotel or if it was a laundromat and you grew that thing, right? Eventually you get to mastery. And now you're investing in other things. That's what you do when you get there. Once your money is making money, you're financially free, possibly generational. That's my goal. Now, mind you, I'm lucky to where all of my kids are doing very well. But I have 7 grandkids. Well, I have 6, the 7th coming. I want to be generational change. Now, mind you, I don't want them to just silver spoon thing. I think that's bad. Okay.
Right.
I want to be able to finance and have, anyways, I don't want to get into my dreams, but that's what I want to do. Right. And that's what I work hard to do. So this is where, wealth transformation, you make it past the affiliate. By the way, some people that are mastery are still in affiliate marketing. They're still doing it.
That's right.
Why wouldn't they? Why would they say no to money? Unless it's something they don't believe in. Other than that.
No, that's just it. Like they realize they're great at sales and great at marketing. You know what I mean? And just keep hitting the things that they're good at. And
without a doubt.
And there is nothing wrong with that.
So if anyone, especially if you're watching this as a replay, if you're like, Tim, I just don't know yet, we're going to help you flesh that out. Do a mind dump of all the things you love. If you're a foodie, you type down, I'm a foodie. What's your hobbies? Believe it or not, if you can't figure out vocation wise, like, or industry wise, where you want to be, what are your hobbies? What do you love to do? I'm a fisherman. You can make money with that. Like, run with that. Like, I'm into martial arts. Run with that. Like, that you can make money in that. I'm into physical fitness. It's not oversaturated. It's not oversaturated. There's nothing that's oversaturated. I can't even think of anything that really is. If you have the right mind about yourself, I don't care what you find an industry. If I loved it, that somebody may say that it's saturated, I know for a fact I could make a very, very good income in that industry as long as you have that fire and you're not staying in that want stage. You got to be a doer. You got to be always taking action, right? No excuses, no making excuses. Have you ever come across people that like always blame?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, mind you, we're a victim of that ourselves every now and then, right?
No, it's always somebody else's fault, you know?
Yeah. They don't put themselves, Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn had a mentor. So Jim Rohn was the mentor of Tony Robbins. There would be no Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins worked for Jim Rohn, and he would hide his vehicle because his vehicle how many times you've heard that story? Just recently, even, that the vehicle was, another one's Brendon Burchard. Okay. But he knew what he had was great. He knew it was going to change lives. And sure enough, he got to that level of mastery. That's where you really need to be. So here's the thing with when you're going through these steps, and by the way, how long does it take? Really depends on you.
Well, that's just it.
We've seen people do it in 6 months. We've seen people, I know when I left that one company, I hit my first six-figure when I was 31 or 32. And I thought, wow, like I own this. Like, I wasn't getting too nerdy over it, like big-headed, but at the end of the day, it was like, you can do this, yourself. You don't need the job. You don't need to depend on others. If you're a creator and you're really good at it, if you're really good at fishing, you can make a career out of that. Like 100%. And it's this is what's going to do it for you. You just got to be able to create it. You got to be able to do ads. You got to get out there. And by the way, you can do it organically. It's just going to take you a little longer. But I've seen it many times of people getting there faster than others. And then you see the ones, and there's so many of them. Okay, let's move on. Any questions so far? All right, avoid trying to be perfect. This is part of the 52 Creator Challenge. Is perfection will kill dreams. You got to be careful. I've been guilty of this. 2, you got to have deadlines, and you got to measure your results. You got to understand where you are and what's keeping you stuck. Don't think you're going to learn everything and then apply. Never, ever, ever do that. Matter of fact, if you ever read a book, your best bet is to read a chapter or two. And if there's things that they're telling you to do it before you keep reading. That's really where you're going to go. Okay. So avoid those mistakes. The $1 Million Irresistible Offer, which we're going to go well into depth. It doesn't necessarily mean $1 million. What it means is, what is the offer that you're going to create that's going to get people to want your program? Okay. What is it going to make them to want your product? Like Grub Guys. What is it going to, why us opposed to Chicago or Omaha Steak? Right. Why us?
Right.
Right. It's that. What is the irresistible offer? We have a sizzling steak commercial, right? I think that's pretty irresistible. So you get the point. You got to be able to stack the value that's going to, by the way, I always talk about this too. You have to enter the conversation that's going on in their mind, right? That's what you got to do.
Right.
Once again, we're going to go over this a lot more throughout the week and next week. Simple formula. Here's what I have. Here's what it will do for you. Now, mind you, this is it. This is it. We can make it as complicated as we want. If you use this simple formula, you can create anything, especially like if it's a course. Okay. You know what? This thing is getting in my way. I'm going to come here. One moment, real quick, folks. Real quick. Oh, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. Okay. Sorry. Have you ever squirrel? It's just shining up there, and I had to get rid of it. Okay, so here's what I have. So let me explain it this way. When I had WebPro, so here's what I have. Here's what it's going to do for you because I knew the problem, and here's what you need to do to get it. So I would help them get some results. It was Frank Kern that I heard this or learned this from in 2011 or 12. By the way, he was a surfer guy. He had hair down to here. And I swear, like, he was high. Like, I literally am watching. I'm like, this dude just recently smoked a joint. I don't care what but his information was so good. I'm like, regardless, I'm buying this because I need it.
Right.
Because he was getting me past start. I was stuck on something, and he got me past that. But so I realized this is what he did. Here's what I have. Here's what it's going to do for you. Here's what you need to do now to get it. It's that simple. Susie, here's the problem, meaning, women being assaulted or whatever, self-defense, right? Here's the problem. So if I was Susie, I would probably have some B-roll. A-roll is always going to be you showing what you do. But B-roll is like maybe, do you remember when we did for Receiver, the commercial?
Oh, yeah.
The burglar?
Yep.
I'm holding a camera, making it seem as if it was a security camera, right? Then we had to turn it black and white to make it look like it was not that it's not colored today, but we made it black and white. But it looked like a security camera because we were simulating what was going on, porch piracy, okay? At the end of the day, that's B-roll. So that's showing the problem. So if I was Susie, I would have B-roll being, and by the way, we'll tell you where the best places to get stuff like this, but I would show somebody being attacked or somebody getting to their car in a what are those car rises? What are they called?
Parking lot like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of assaults that happen in those, right? Something like that, because it's got to hit home like they could see it. And the better you are at that, the more likely they're going to see what your product's going to do for them. A ramp. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Once again. Okay, moving on. So that is the simple formula. People want direction. It's plain and simple. Okay, here's one of the things. By the way, we will give you this. We have a different version of it, but it's better. At the end of the day, pricing, this is the free line. Offer free products like for instance, you're going to show a technique. Okay. So let's say you're somebody that's really good at cooking. I know my wife she follows this freezer lady, right? Because we're so busy. So she'll do like a bunch of meals in one day and then she freezes them. That lady is doing over 2 million a year. What? And all she's doing is showing women how to do freezer bake. Like, what? Yeah, this is what we're talking about. This is what's going on. And she's got merch because now they need the freezer bags and the little hangers that open it up and holds it while they put the food in. Guess what my wife had to do? She went right to Amazon and bought them. Right? She didn't she's trying to sell me something. No, she wanted it because it serves the purpose. Remember, people will do this if it's going to help them. It's got to help them though, right? So offer a free product to affiliates in exchange for an opt-in. We're going to go well over that. Remember, this is an intro of what's going to happen throughout this 52 Creator Challenge. These are the things that you're going to be able to do. Once again, it's going to start with your core, which we're going to talk very soon on. Okay, pricing. Start with a low tier. We'll go a little more in depth on this when we're now fleshing out product and or getting your affiliate programs set. Okay, but a low tier would be $7 to $47. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Buy my book, you cover the shipping. That's a big one, right? That's in exchange for their email, their address. I would highly recommend that you get both. We're going to show you techniques on how to do that. But this is going to help you offset advertising costs because advertising can be high. That's when you're going pro, by the way. When you're starting to advertise, you've gone pro. All right. Any questions, by the way, feel free to ask. Mid-tier, this is where you're selling a program between $497, $997. If somebody was going to teach you how to be a wedding photographer, and you know that wedding photographer business is going to make you, let's just say $100,000 a year. I don't know what they make. Would you pay $497 or would you pay $1,000?
Right. No, for sure.
Yeah. It solves the problem, right? Especially if it's good. It's got to be good, right?
Right.
If it's really good and it solves the problem, of course. Now, the first thing is, well, geez, that seems like a lot of money. Well, think about it. That person's putting all that time into creating the course. It's their knowledge. It's a product. It is a product in itself. And this is one of the products that I think is probably the fastest path to financial freedom is selling your knowledge. Plain and simple. Think of Pat Flynn. Like I said, he started out podcasting. It was free. That's his free line, right? His podcast was his free line. Okay. We're going to show you a really quick or really nice method in doing this. It's incredible. But that was his free line. And then he would just say, hey, my mic in the description, you're going to find all of the equipment that I use. People would buy that. More importantly, they would do some other stuff. And before you know it, he was 6 figures income. And then he got to 25,000 a month. Then it went to 50,000. I remember he would even post or publish. He doesn't anymore because he got robbed. And I knew that was coming. Pat Flynn, Flynn. Pat Flynn. He's what's the name of it? Smart Passive Income. Anyways, and he got his start from, that's where I got mine. We both listened to Internet Business Mastery. But he's really good. Alrighty, let's move on. High ticket, we talked about that. Some of you might be like, what? 10,000. So let me give you an example. I know of a guy, matter of fact, Lance, his fee is 50, but let's just use 10. But he helps companies get to 200, 300, 400,000 in extra revenue because he comes in and he just revamps them. Now, does it sound like a lot?
Right.
No. Now it sounds like a deal, right? That's what if somebody is 350 pounds and the doctor just said, hey, you're going to die if you don't change. Some doctors just don't dare to say it. The ones that really serve you are the ones that tell you. The doctor says, hey, you got to quit smoking. Hey, you got to quit drugs. Hey, you got to quit drinking. Hey, you got to lose weight, right? Those are the ones that you want as a doctor because they're telling you like it is, right?
That's right.
Do you think for a moment, if you just got that bad news and you're like, I need help, I just can't seem to get past that temptation. And by the way, it's hurting the way I feel about myself and everything because I fall off the wagon. Okay. And then all of a sudden you see a program that same day because why? Your phone's listening. And all of a sudden you see this program that says, not only we guarantee we're going to knock off the weight, but you're going to have a new you and you're never going to go back. and we will guarantee you that. Do you think you're going to buy that program?
Yeah.
How much is it going to, if somebody got you to get to the point to where now you're more productive, you feel better about yourself, and more importantly, you're going to live longer. I'm not going to say that's going to cost 10 grand, but would you pay 10 grand for that? Well, I'll tell you right now, I know of somebody that paid about either that or close to it for having their stomach shrink. I forget how it's done.
That guy, the gastrointestinal, whatever. Yeah, surgery.
I think I'd rather pay somebody that's going to teach me and figure out a way that where I am no longer controlled by food. Yeah, I'd rather pay that. That's me. You have to remember, people are going to resonate with who they're going to resonate with. It's not for everybody, but that is the deal. Okay, I think we're close. Continuity products. I called this the Netflix effect. $10. I like the idea of that because, first of all, it's affordability. It's got to be worth it, though. Apps will do this for you. You could create an app. And for anyone that's listening or even on the replay, if you're thinking, oh, I'm not a coder, I'm not this, I'm not that, I can't do that. Yes, you can. You hire it. It's just, I don't care what you can think of, like the smart cart we talked about today. If you can think it up, you can find somebody that's going to make it for you. Yes or yes. When I was training in BedLocker, I was told several times that you can't do that. Next, I'll tell you a funny story that Matt Damien said. So Matt Damien says that he ran into Tom Cruise and he says, Tom, he goes, I always wondered, like, when you broke through that window and you came through the thing and because Tom does a lot of his own stunts. A lot of people don't know that. Like, they're real. It's not green screen. I don't know about all of his movies, but a lot of his movies, he's actually jumping out of airplanes and he's doing what he's doing. Okay. So we ask him this and he goes, so when you jumped out, he goes, yeah. He goes, how did you do that? Well, Tom was so like, he's so engulfed into what he does and always so excited. He goes, well, I went to the safety guy and I said, hey, I want to do this and I want to break through the window and it's going to come through and the safety guy says, yeah, you can't do that. And he just didn't say anything else. And Matt Damien says, well, then what? He goes, I got a new safety guy, which I think is hilarious. It's kind of like that. Like, you just got to just keep doing. For me, it's like, oh, okay. And they were dead to me. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but at the end of the day, I figured out and I found a way. And sure enough, BedLocker is an incredible product. It took a lot more money than I thought, but at the end of the day, it's incredible. But it helps protect creators from getting their stuff stolen. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. Coaching programs. You could do one-on-one. You could charge. Obviously, I'm a coach for a lot of for clients on a different. Some of it's for like business turnaround stuff. Some of it is for SaaS. They're having problems with servers or whatever, and this is very, 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 very lucrative. But it's one-on-one. I love the one-on-many platform now. Once you get into mastery, that's where that's going to come to play. That's where my life, 2023, D knows that I'm taking fewer clients because we have a different purpose. Does that make sense? Mastermind groups. I think they're incredible. That's where I've gone to quite a few. But you could charge $2,000 more. Think of you, Susie. Imagine if you had a master class and you had women go to Tennessee, right? And you have fun days, but it's a 3-day thing. I don't know what you could charge, but at the end of the day, can you imagine you run a place, you're going to teach them the top, maybe it's top 10, and you're going to make sure that they are like a master of that. that they can, practice when they get home or whatever. But at the end of the day, you're going to give them the top 10 things that's going to help them in self-defense and make it fun. And it's about women coming together. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you could sell that thing. Now, price, I don't know what that would be. It depends on what the package is. I know that when we went to KBA, it was the meals and it was all of the other things that were there. That value stack just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. At the end of the day, it was a no-brainer. It's got to be life-changing, though. If you're going to charge stuff like this, I know that we're going to be having one. It's life-changing. Like it's based on SaaS creation, right? How do you create a digital product? It's life-changing. Like, depending on the product, it's life-changing. You got to believe it too. You got to know that it's going to change their life. You got to know that outcome is going to change them. Okay, we're almost done. Done for you service. I'm not a big fan of this anymore. I've done it. But you look for byproducts, right? To offset the costs of products made by offering the services to your list at a discount. Okay. Now remember, sometimes this can become a JOB. Think of a chiropractor, think of a dentist. They are a professional, yes, but it is a job. It's one-on-one. Right. Okay. But it's a good start. It's a way to raise revenue. Licensing your stuff. Susie, this is where you get into the evergreen thing. Now it's not about you. You maybe have other trainers, and then you can license it to where other people can train. Depending on what it is that you do, you can have it to where it's a licensing. Let's see. I need to figure out how much. You're going to learn that I think this weekend. It's easy. As far as hotel stuff, by the way, a lot of times you could call a hotel, depending on how many people are coming. If it's a big event, chances are they're going to let you have the facility for free. They want the room rate. It's called a room block. Okay. Right. Yep, so they're making money off of the people coming and food.
That's right.
So there's creative ways, Susie, to where, and then you can broker deals to where you look at brand companies to where they will sponsor it. And so therefore it's no cost to you, but you make all of the uptick of the cost of the event, if that makes sense for you. You got partner deals that I kind of just explained. Oh, there's an organization asked me, oh, you want to say no to them. Hey, Bert, how are you? Most hotels over 200 rooms waived. Yes. Oh, this happens all the time. I've done it. I've spoke about 15 times, and you just won't believe the deals that you can get. You have to remember, hotels especially are having problems right now, right? Because of
Airbnb
and what have you. So you're going to be a blessing to them. Whoever's telling you that they want to charge you, you have power, Susie. Don't say no to that. Okay. Yes, Bert, you're right. Okay. Partner deals. By the way, whatever you can think of, Beer and Steer. I always go to that because it's kind of a harder thing, right? So right. It's a real product, but they want to pay you. Oh, ask me to come paying for. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I saw that differently. Awesome, girl. See, goes to show you. This is what I'm talking about. Isn't it great though? Come on. And by the way, you do one, film it. By the way, this is another mistake that I've made in the past. Film. You need to document your life. This, especially 2023, from now on, we're going to talk about it a lot. Start documenting your journey. Matter of fact, all of you are probably going to get into a little bit of podcasting one way or another. North Carolina is a great, oh man, I can't say enough about North Carolina and Florida and Austin. But that's awesome. And by the way, for everyone that's here and you see the replay, we're going to have the ability to help promote all of you. We're going to talk about that down the road, but get excited about that, because that's what the whole idea of Link Board is, linking you as well. So we're going to help you. We know that there's other platforms that you're not allowed to drop links in. You're not allowed to link people out of. And I'm thinking, why would you want to hold people back? I don't want to hold you back. No, you don't want to spam, like in a icky way. There's a right way of doing it, and we're going to teach you, but we want you to get known. We want people to know about you. Even Susie, I know for a fact, if you had an affiliate program, we'd push the heck out of your program, period. And yes, you're going to learn that. All right. D, did you have a question?
Nope. Good.
We're ending this in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Are you guys getting any value yet? Thumbs up. Any value? All right. So let's recap. I think you kind of get the idea. That's all tonight's about, is dream, understand what you're capable of doing, understanding the knowledge, your expertise. Is about time that you monetize it. I remember having a conversation, and this gentleman, now I'm going way back, I was a negotiator, and he says, I don't know. Now, mind you, I'm not bragging. I'm just going to tell you the deal, because I didn't know. He goes, I don't know how you just pulled off what you just pulled off. I said, what do you mean? He goes, you realize how tough this attorney is. So it was me against an attorney. I'm not an attorney, by the way. I was an arbitrator, but I wasn't an attorney. But at the end of the day, I won the deal, and he didn't understand how I did that. And he says, can you get with our company and consult with us? And I'm like, sure. Now, how many stories you hear of people, this is where they get their start. And he goes, what's your fee? I didn't know. And so I said, I would have to get back to you, because I've got which I did. I have a pretty big schedule. He goes, well, could you do it for $5,000? I'm like, sure. And I said it too fast. I'm like, yeah, because it's fun. And by the way, that $5,000 was probably a day in the field. And then it got a little bigger and a little bigger, especially back then. Then I made a course out of it. Okay. I have it here. The reason why I like showing it, I wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for this. I wouldn't be here tonight. This was my very first physical product. Folks, you can do this online now. Like I had to have a company print it. It was very expensive. They shrink wrapped it. They were my fulfillment. I would get the orders in. We were in magazines. We were in, what I did was I taught financial firms and lawyers how to negotiate and win these type of deals. Right. And but it took speaking gigs before that happened. I'll tell you another one that I got a deal, or I got a speaking thing, and I heard the guy say 30. I heard him say 30. It was 300. But I didn't speak in big audiences yet. I did. How many of you have heard of Toastmasters? Have you ever heard of it, D?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did Toastmasters. It helps you speak and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I didn't speak to a big audience yet. So I'm driving, and it's a snowstorm and brutal. Now, back then I had a flip phone, and I'm on this flip phone with my wife, and I'm like, I literally I'm following a semi, because if it wasn't for his taillights, I have no idea where the road is. Has anyone driven like that, like white knuckled, right? But at the end of the day, I make it there. And then I'm a firm believer, before you speak, you don't eat, because, there's reasons. But at the end of the day, I have this muffin, and I'm going to be speaking like within 20 minutes. I have my slide deck. I know what I'm going to speak about. I've got everything just ready. And I'm eating this muffin, and I realize well, that's weird. This thing tastes kind of funny. And I'm kind of dumb because I don't know why I just didn't stop eating it. But I keep eating it. I'm like, I know this flavor, but I can't like put my finger on it until I turned it over and I realized it looked like carpet. It was just pure mold. Pure mold. And I told my wife, I'm going to be speaking any minute. I'm afraid that I'm like going to get physically sick because of what I ate. Anyways, good news is I did not get sick. Bad news is I come out, they announce me, and I realize it's 300 people. And I'm like, what? I thought it was going to be 30. So the cool thing is, I immediately remember Jim Rohn. When you know your subject really well, there's no reason to, have fear. I knew my subject really well, and they were all there for it. And it was great. I did my thing. They never knew I was nervous. At the end of the day, I had this course. Actually, it was a different version of that course, but we had it at the back of the room. Every one of those courses sold, and it just that was my belief system. At that point, I knew, wow, this is the new trajectory of my life. And then from there, I got into SaaS. That's another story. But at the end of the day, that was an incredible journey in itself. But there's all these levels, folks, all of these levels. Keith, welcome, brother. By the way, Keith, this is recorded, so you can always watch it later. And by the way, tell us, are mornings better for you? Are evenings better for you for training? Obviously, we're going to have pre-recorded trainings coming out through the rest of the week and obviously next week as well. But let us know what you like better. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. I think this is it. Yes. All right. So that's the big plan. The big plan is right here. Where do you fit? Where are you right now? Are you in the, let's see,
Yeah. No, I knew that.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Fantastic. Susie, that's awesome. By the way, film it.
Yeah.
Every time you do something, you should have somebody, or I will, Susie, I'll drop it into Linkboard. What I'll do is in LinkBoss, the group, is I'm going to just give you here's the lowest budget to, hey, this is one of the best things you could do. Awesome. Alrighty, if there's no questions, you guys understand this so far. So the want stage is, we're here. It's the first week of the year. Don't be like those that they start now and it's over with in about a month or two. We're going to try to keep you all on track. We're all into this together. We're all at different levels. My goal is for you guys to achieve your goal. I don't know what your goal is. Believe it or not, and I am going to say this, some of you may have $1 million product idea, and believe it or not, it can be done in 1 year, depending on what it is.
Right.
Okay. Information sells. You could be an affiliate marketer and get this one. Bert, awesome. I like evenings too. You know why? We don't have the distractions typically. My phone does ring a lot during the day, but at the end of the day, there's less distraction. So awesome. We're going to try to keep it at 7:00. Go about an hour and a half. Sometimes it might be done in 45 minutes. So it depends on the training. We are going to help measure things too, as well, so that you guys are always knowing where you are and what's the next step that you have to do. By the way, I did get a message today regarding affiliate products. Yes, I know a numerous amount of people that became multimillionaires just with affiliate products. So the sky's the limit. Like this is why we live in the creator's economy right now. And it's not going away. They even said the next 5 years, it's going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry, just courses alone. Right? And we're going to teach you guys the right way, where to put them, because you don't want people to see your course and then they see something next to it. It's like, oh, that one's shinier, so I'm just going to go with that, when you were doing marketing. You don't want that. So we're going to teach you, or at least show you the right way of having your proprietary information out there on the web so that you never have to worry about that. Okay. So, oh, and by the way, when it comes to affiliate products, we have one right now. We have several. So we'll share them with you for anyone that wants. But even Linkboard, we have AI coming in there that is a game changer. That's going to help you clone yourself. That's going to help you write articles. It's going to help you. We talked a little bit about it today with OpenAI, but at the end of the day, we have done some stuff that's just going to make it to the next level that you all can participate in. The other thing about Linkboard is it measures everything for you guys. By the way, there's CRMs all over the place. You don't have to go with ours, but that's where a lot of things are going to happen as well. A lot of other training in there. But at the end of the day, you can offer that. It helps you manage your teams. It helps you manage your product as far as having drag and drop is of getting your product made. All of these things are right there, and it's an affiliate program to where you earn 50% every month. So if you sold two people said, yeah, I need that. I'm creating something and I need something that helps measure. I need help like billing my clients because it does that. All sorts of things. I'm not here to push it, but at the end of the day, you get 2 people, it's free to you. 2, and it's free. After that, it's money per month. I just want to get you thinking that way. That's where I started out with affiliate products. All right, D.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you stayed the whole time. I know you're not feeling too well.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you get better fast, brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Did you get emergency?
No, but I Sheena did get me something else, so I've been taking it. So I don't know what it's called, but it seems to be.
Yes, we're going to teach it as well. I can't say enough about affiliate products. I can't say it enough. I mean, you got to believe in it. You got to believe in it. Susie, even with your industry, I don't know if they need a GI, but let's say they did. Maybe you got a staff or whatever you're going to use as whatever. You can have those as a link in your program, and every time somebody needs, because they're going to need it anyway. Why not make some money to help monetize and help you so that you can be able to teach? Okay, yeah, Bert, Speedy Health D, yes, absolutely. It goes to show that you're a warrior, though. You show up regardless.
I try.
So appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
Everyone, you have a great night. I'm excited. I hope you're all excited and that you guys are looking forward to making things happen in 2023. Yeah, I love the All-American Made stuff. D and I are big on that.
Yep.
Matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why one of my products is taking a little longer, is because we want it made here in the United States. Hey, I think it's good. Alrighty, you folks all have a D, if you could hold just for a second. Yep. Have a great night, folks. Again, every Wednesday and throughout the week, training. We'll see you all in another call.
Yep. You guys have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.